understand how deliberate we are when we are doing digital marketing professionally. This time around, I want to be more practical with an emphasis for small businesses. So I won't go too much into the enterprise solutions and whatnot. I'm going to focus more on creating content for small businesses, as well as a bit of the advertising as well. So we're going to look at Canva, which is an online tool that is free, mostly free, that you can use immediately after and try something on your own. That is for creating graphics for your social media, but also for creating videos. So it's a very good tool for content that you can use on your PC or on your phone or your tab to create content for your social media. Then after looking at Canva, we're going to look at Google Business, or Google My Business, as they call it, which is a very important step in your business being found on Google. Because when you search, Google always puts a priority for businesses that have Google My Business set up. So we're going to look at that practically. Then we'll, after that, look at Google Ads, and then we'll dive into Facebook ads. And if we have time, we'll also look a little bit into LinkedIn ads. LinkedIn ads will be only if we have time, but it's important that we look at Google ads and then Facebook ads in particular. And so, I'll just take off by sharing my screen. Okay. So Canva is a pretty simple app. All you have to do is get online onto the website. It's canva.com. Can you guys see my screen? Give me a minute. Okay.
John, we can hear you clearly.
Okay, can you see my screen?
We can see your screen. Yes, we can.
Okay, excellent. So let me just put full screen. Okay. So Canva, what you do is you just go to canva.com. That is canva.com. Okay. So this is the home screen, basically how it looks. So if I scroll to the top, it gives you immediately some design elements that they assume you might need. So Canva is not just for social media, it's all your design needs in one. For those of you who've heard what designers use, they use things like Illustrator and Photoshop and I don't know what else, Design Suite and whatnot. So theirs are more complicated and more detailed for designers, but Canva is built more for a small business owner who wants to get stuff done on their own and doesn't have a designer do that. So it also puts into account the fact that we are not all designers at heart. So it gives us lots of templates. Personally, I think I'm one of the worst people when it comes to design. My art sense is pretty bad, but with Canva, I can come up with something, fairly basic and sensible. So you have presentations. These are your PowerPoint presentations, templates for that, templates for your logo. If your business said have a logo, posters, Instagram posts. So these are the starters that it gives you by default. But if you click on presentation, then it gives you some more detailed ones. So you can have a proper presentation or a talking one, mobile first and blah, blah, blah. Then social media, which is what we're interested in, gives you Instagram post, Facebook post, Instagram story, Facebook story. It gives you WhatsApp status posts that you can use, Facebook covers, TikTok videos, and whatnot. So what I want us to look at today is first creating a Facebook post. Then we're going to look at creating a TikTok video, because I want us to learn how to do videos and animations. And then we'll look at creating a logo, because some of you may want to either build a new logo or you don't have a logo, a proper logo, and you want to create one from scratch. So we're going to look at all those three put together such that we can have a good sense of that. Now, in the interest of time, I took the liberty to open the windows. Give me a sec. So when you click on so here, for example, if I was to go back, if I was to click Instagram post, this is what it would ideally open. Okay, it opens a window like this that has templates for you to choose from. It also has design elements. If you're creative enough to add to the template or to create your own template from the beginning, you can use design elements. It gives you, different things like backgrounds, flowers, shapes like circles and whatnot, lines, graphics and whatnot. And those, as well as some design created elements like videos that you can use, or pictures or whatnot. Okay, so we'll look at that as we do the design. Then the beauty about Canva is you can upload some of your own elements. So here, for example, you can see those, I uploaded my own pictures. I was teaching some people for tourism, so I uploaded some tourism pictures, some nyege pictures. My own logo was uploaded. Then you can also upload your own videos. Okay, I don't have any videos uploaded. They take forever to upload. You can upload your own music so that you apply it in your videos, and we're going to do that. Then text just gives you some nice fonts that you can use for your design. Forgive the low upload updating of the website. My internet is pretty bad today. I don't know why. So you can use some nice fonts. Then videos gives you a bunch of videos that you can then use. Now, some of them are free videos. Some of them are premium videos. So you're going to have to see which is free, and we're going to look at that, and which is premium, and then you make your choice from that. If you want to pay for a specific video or a specific picture, you can actually pay for that using your credit card, rather your debit card. So going back to templates, this is where you choose the look and feel of the image that you're going to create. If you can see from here, there are a bunch of templates already created that you can then edit. So it gives you, different number of posts that you can pick. Just wondering, okay, since it's rain today, maybe we use this one for the sweater. It's sweater weather, so to be very appropriate for today. So once you click on it, it then uploads in here. And what it does is it uploads with all the elements. Okay, so this one has watermarks in the background, means it has some, it's not free. It has some elements that are paid for, but we'll see how to play around with it. So once it's finished uploading here, you can see every time I put my mouse over something, there are those blue lines that show. Now those blue lines are basically different elements in the design. So just drag this back up. So, okay, it's fully loaded. Now the reason why it has that watermark is maybe because this image is a premium image. So if I'm to click on the image, I can then maybe replace it with something else. You double click it and the full image opens. Let me see if I can find a photo that is not premium. Although this was really beautiful because it matches the whole template. Or maybe you can find a template that doesn't have a premium. You can see this has free on it at the bottom. So that means it's a free image. That's also free. And wondering which one would work for this. Okay, we're going to have to change the text if we're to use this free image. So we can click on the one we don't want to use because it's, and then you just press delete on your keyboard and it will be deleted. You can just drag the bits at the end to stretch it. Then you click done. Oh, okay. I don't know why it is. Loading multiple images, I think. So to position it, so position basically is it in front, is it back? What? So I can just say back, because I think it has gone over some of the elements that I wanted to see. Yes, those ones. So I pushed to the back. So this is a second image I created. So I can just delete that. So you can see now it's a whole different graphic. You can choose to also pull it. Okay, so when you double click, it shows you the whole image. I just want to pull it down so that you can see more of her lips, I guess. And then you can just say done. So now you can see clearly we're talking about, you know, her lipstick. And then you can say, instead of it's sweater weather, you can say, I don't know if this, I don't know what this is, whether it is lipstick or. So you can say get your color. Okay. Or get your shade. Okay, so it's just as that simple. You just double click something, you highlight it, and you replace it with you type something else. You can choose to make the font smaller. If you don't like the font, maybe a little larger than that. You can choose to also, you know, the usual functionalities that you find in Word. You have your list here. You have here your spacing, that is spacing between words. So if I increase letter spacing, that means the spaces, I mean the letters will be a bit further from each other. If I increase line spacing, that means, you know, each line is further from each other. Then you can choose to this anchoring is basically, is it at the bottom of that box or in the middle of the box or at the top of the box? And then you can then choose your font. So this font is called 20 dB, and you can just pick any of the other fonts that they have. You know, I think that's a very beautiful font. Let's see how it looks on. Usually works a lot faster than this. Okay, so not bad, but you know. So when they say remove watermark, it's probably a premium effect. So I probably want to replace this with something. So just go to elements. Maybe I use a circle. So when I click circle, it puts it in there. When it puts it in here, it gives me an option for color. So I maybe want to use the same green that's already on the other one. So I click that element and then I delete it. And then maybe I can drag this there, try to center it. Okay. Maybe make it a bit smaller so that it can fit properly. It also means the text on top is going to be smaller. Okay. Now you can choose to also reduce its transparency so that it can be see-through. So when you click those dots and then you reduce, you can see it's now becoming more see-through. Okay. So that's how designers do some of these things. They reduce the transparency. So maybe the text that is on top of it, I'm going to reduce the font. Okay, maybe make it black instead of that very light color or darker color. And then I just drag it to the center of that circle. Okay. Then this text might be a little too small for me to see on on Instagram, so maybe I want to remove it. Just say delete. So, oops, okay, so just undo that. So as it looks right now, I have already created a graphic from, okay, I've completely redone the whole template, okay? So unfortunately, because it had a lot of, because I chose a template that had a lot of premium functions, I've ended up completely redesigning it. But if you look at it right now, it doesn't make any sense, okay? So maybe, so if I wanted to download it as is right now like this, I could just click on download here, and then I can download it either as PNG. So PNG is a very nice format for online, particularly Instagram, or I can choose to download it as a JPEG or PDF or GIF, okay? But if I wanted to do a GIF, then I might as well do some animations such that it can be motion, it can have some motion in it, okay? So I have added, the image of the lady at the back. I have added the circle and that. Maybe I want to replace this text with something else. So I can click on the text and maybe that, and then I say animate. So then it gives me some nice animation. Okay, or maybe I can just unclick that and I animate the whole thing. So I animate the whole image. So I can click breathe. So, this, I'm sure some of you have seen images that seem like they're breathing in or breathing out. If I'm to click that, I can then click at the top here where you see the play button, and then to play the whole thing for me. So that's how it's going to look. But I've only created one scene, okay? This is just one scene. Maybe I need to say, get your shade, then maybe say, find that color that suits your lips, okay? So this is one scene or one frame as we call it. I can just choose to copy. So I can say duplicate page. or I can say add page and create something totally different. But here I don't want to create a new page. I maybe want to use the same design elements and change the text. So I'm going to say duplicate page. So when you click duplicate page, then maybe you can put here, let's say what, find the color your lips deserve. Okay, so a little too much for this size, so maybe I reduce it a little, make sure it is properly centered. And just drag that so that it is forced to get into the center of the circle. And you just center it. Okay. Then maybe increase the font a little. Then maybe make it black like we had done the other text. Okay. Or even we can choose to make it multicolored since we're talking about find the color. So let's give it a whole palette of different colors and then maybe change the background. Oops, okay. Change the background color to maybe white. I don't know if that will work. Maybe make it a bit more transparent. Okay, maybe that won't work. Black. Black actually works nicely. I just have to change one of the colors. Okay. So maybe give some lighter colors. Okay, so if I'm to click this again, because it's a different page, each page can have its own effects for entering. So I can choose to also use the same effect like I used the other side, or I can choose to use something else. See if something else interests me. Okay, rise, then there's photo flow, and there's photo zoom, there's tumble. Maybe let's do that. Then maybe because it has more text than the other one, you want to make it a bit longer. So you click that clock and then you can increase the number of seconds that it takes. So timing, I can say maybe 7 seconds. So if I click this, then plays for me the whole video like I've predicted, okay? So get your shades and then find the color that your lips deserve, okay? So I can maybe change this to white. This is a lousy color. Forgive me, I have a bit of OCD. Okay, so next, the last thing you always want to do is to put a call to action. Okay, so never do an ad without a call to action, which is telling someone, okay, find the color for your lips, the color your lips deserve. Then what? You want to tell someone, visit our website on blah, blah, blah. Okay. So maybe you want to say, duplicate this page again. So it just gives you another template, and then there you just double click that, and then you say shop on www.lips.ug. Okay, which I think would be a crazy name for a website selling lipstick or lip products. Just reduce that a little so that it is one line. Maybe increase this a bit. That's not too small. Center it properly. Okay. Maybe the website should be in blue. Most people associate blue with links. Okay, maybe not that blue. Now, if you're the kind of person who likes to create your own palettes, you know, there's all this that you can fool around with, you know, find the right color. If you already know the color code, maybe you have you have a designer who's given you like some standards that you need to do in terms of color codes. You can just type the color code in here as well. Okay, so maybe I put the shop on, make it white so that it pops out more. Okay, so there we're done with that. So maybe give it another effect. Say fade. Okay. And maybe because it is a call to action, we make this 10 seconds. So our video is 22 seconds. Maybe to make it 15 seconds, I reduce this a little to 6 seconds. This a little. The reason why we like 15 seconds for videos is because we estimate that, you know, 15 seconds is what on average people look at something without really taking the time. So if you don't grab someone's attention within the first 15 seconds, then it's more likely that they'll leave. So we try to stick within that 15-second limit. Okay, really cut it down. Okay, let me just do 20 seconds, maybe. Hopefully the lips will get someone's attention. So if I play the video, so from creating a graphic, we've now actually created a video. So, you know, find the color your lips deserve, then it flips that and says shop on lips.ug. So you can see that we have created a graphic first that we could have downloaded as a PNG or as we could have downloaded the graphic as a PNG, or we could have downloaded the graphic as a JPEG. But now we've also created something that we can download as a GIF. So if I'm to download it, I can download it as an MP4 video, which they've suggested, or as a GIF. So let me just say download. So it's now creating for me a GIF that I can then upload to my Facebook. That's an animated image, or I can upload to Instagram. Is very bad with GIFs, but maybe if you want to upload to Instagram, you might as well download it as an MP4 video, but I can upload it as a GIF to Twitter or to Facebook, which are the channels that are very good GIFs. But if you're doing Instagram, I would prefer you download it as a video, even if it has no sound. So it's now creating the GIF, which might take a bit of time. Okay, so as it downloads that GIF, I guess I have to wait for it to download. I can't rush it. Okay, so it's downloaded the GIF. So unfortunately, the GIF is 24 MB. That's huge. Okay. I was hoping to be a lot smaller. Okay, so you can use a GIF or you can use it as a video. So the only difference between a GIF and a video, I guess, is sound. Okay. So we've already done the animation. We've already done the animation. We've already done the design bit. So now just adding the sound. So if I'm going to upload, for example, sorry, let me reshare for sound. I hadn't shared for sound. Okay. Okay, that's better. So I have three audio clips that I had uploaded. So, you can choose which one you want to use by just clicking on it and listening. So just click play. Just first download it as well. A bit longer because of this lousy internet I have, unfortunately. Just wait for it to load. Sometimes can take long if you're using internet like mine. Unfortunately, like my mother says, computers are like food, you can't rush them. Surely this is too long. Just try another and see. Yep, still not downloaded fully. Can be looking at some of the questions if there are any. Okay, no questions so far. Okay, it's taking way too long to download this. I think it's because we used a very heavy image. I don't know why the sound is taking forever. Okay, just wait for this to download. But meantime, on this site, you can also record yourself. So if you want to, you can add an audio clip. You just upload your own audio clip, or you can record yourself if you want to. If you want to have a voiceover for your video, you can record yourself. You know, the way you hear a TV ad to someone saying, you know, get your shades, you know, your lips deserve the right color. Come and shop with us on lips.ug, something like that. So you can always do that as well. Just make sure the other thing is still not downloading. Yeah, that's what's slowing us down. Sorry. Just give me a sec. Okay, now it should be faster. Okay, so if I'm to click that, I just want us to see how you can edit your sound, because you're obviously not going to use the whole sound clip, which is 2 minutes and 39 seconds. Remember, your video is only 20 seconds, so you only want that 20 seconds. So you want to get the right 20-second bit. Okay, just have to wait for this to load, unfortunately. Just see if it will play. I think what's heavy is the image, because my image is really heavy. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is maybe change the image and see if that will make things better. Go to my images. I know my images are much much lighter. Though we had created a very nice graphic. Let's delete that. Okay. Since we've gone through the design process and seen how that is, let me just switch to something different. Maybe put that at the back. Change the message and say, maybe save that. Hope no one gets offended by me using nyege nyege as an example. Just want to drag this in place. Okay. Just delete these because they are heavy. We have done a really nice design. Okay, so maybe that, then I want to animate it. So if I'm to click that, just want to see how it animates with the sound. Okay, so you can see that the sound then comes in the background, but you just increase the time to, let's say, 10 seconds. You don't want to start from the middle or from the beginning of the track. Maybe there's a specific beat that you want to start from. So you can just drag and then. Usually, I don't. Okay. Down, I was looking in your eyes. Just drag to look for the part where I want. Suddenly, I can feel it inside. I've got a fever. So maybe you want to start from there. So can you try? I can feel it inside. I've got a fever. So can you check? Hand on my forehead, kiss my neck. I can feel it inside. Okay. So maybe you want to start from what the chorus. So can you check? Hand on my phone. Okay. So that's adding sound to this this clip. Now, if I want to add more clips, the sound will be consistent against all the different slides. So here, let's say this is just one slide. I can click there to add another one. Let's say I can delete that image and add this. Just drag it so it can fit. Okay. Then just give it a position at the back. Just make sure this is the right spelling. Okay, maybe reduce the font for this. Maybe make this black. Okay, that's not a bad color. Okay. Okay, so I think we have something that we can work with. If I'm to play, then we can see how it looks.
So can you check? Hand on my forehead, kiss my neck. And when you touch me, baby, I turn red. I've got a fever. So can you check?
Okay, some of the effects. So you can see, how I've played around with an image, even changed the background. The background image, have added a shape on top, have added text to that shape. And then you can create different scenes, you can add sound, you can add, you can even record yourself and just do that on top. So all this is, so we've seen how to develop an image, and from an image, you've seen how to take that image to a GIF, which is basically a video without sound. And we've also seen how to add sound and then make that a video. So I guess this is something that you can try on your own. So like I said, you can add elements, which are the different shapes. Here I've added only a circle, but you can add lines, you can add the nice graphics that they have that you can add to that. Their photos, videos, they have their own audios. Although the audios for this, the free ones are pretty lousy in my view. You can add some frames. So if I'm to add that frame, for example, sorry. So you see the image itself has entered the frame, okay? Such that, for example, if I had a background image, let me just go back to uploads. If I have a background image, let's say that, just drag it there, drag this here. Send this to the back. Sometimes you want to have another photo on top of on top of your background image. So my background image was plain, for example, a plain image, this would stick out, okay? So sometimes you want that to stick out, or instead I can choose to replace this with, let's say, my logo. So I'll just drag that into the frame. Delete this. So that means that my logo is going to take the shape of the frame. Okay. Just drag it, make it smaller. So they have lots of frames that you can play with in Elements that help you to make something unique on top of another image. So you have your circles, this one that I've used, lots of other frames that you can use. Then grids. So a grid basically gives you the ability to have multiple images on one slide, in the different shapes and so much and so forth. Charts, graphics of people. In these graphics, there are so many different graphics that you can play with. Although some of them are very white, unfortunately, because it's an American thing, they think a lot of the elements, they make a lot of the elements white. Even the photos, a lot of them are white. The ones that are African might not necessarily suit your business, which is why you have to get something separate to help you with photos. So we've seen how to create this slide, and then we've seen that this slide can be exported as an image. We've also seen how to create multiple slides and export them as a GIF. Then we've also seen how to add sound such that the multiple slides then become a video, okay? So, and then obviously we've seen how to do those different animations. To give this a different animation, let's say a rise. So let's just see how the whole video will look like from start to finish.
So can you check? Hand on my forehead. So can you check? Hand on my forehead. Kiss my neck. And when you touch me, baby, I turn red.
Unfortunately, it's clashing with Zoom. My internet is really lousy. So once you've created your video and you like what you see, then what you just do is you click download. So you click download and then you choose the format, either MP4 with sound, or if you want the GIF version, you can use a short clip with no sound. Okay, then you just click download. Yeah, so that is how you create graphics using, Instagram. This is Instagram graphics using Canva. But if I'm to just go to the next bit that we talked about, logo design. So logo design is also simple, drag and drop elements into the design bit here. So there are lots of logos that they give you as suggestions. I don't know if I put, let's say what, fashion maybe, or shoes. Okay, so if you make baby shoes, childish joy, or let's say shoe finder. Okay, you can click that. Oh, they're all premium. Okay, I want a free one that's not premium. So if it has that crown on it, means it's a premium template. Okay, let's say sports. Okay, so yeah, that is free. So you just double click it, it loads here, and then you can then choose to have an animated GIF. Animated GIFs are great for websites, but you can these days also have animated profile photos on. You can have animated profile photos on Facebook. Just helps your page to stand out. If you want, instead of having a static logo like everybody else, you can have an animated logo. but because it's animated, then you can't have the normal logo. Okay, so it gives you options here. Let's say just double click that and change the wording and say lips.ug. Okay, so when you click on that, maybe I want to add an element that has lips in it instead of this. Let's take forever to load. Sorry. So I can choose maybe graphics. Okay, so I can get some now slips now. I'm going to click that. So it gives me some recommendations as well. So sorry, my internet today is really lousy. Ungroup this. Okay, someone is asking what's the possibility of having another logo with another company? So the fact that you picked it off this means there's no copyright because it's a free element, which is why you want to design it such that it doesn't look like someone else's logo. Okay. So I put in this for example, that element for lips. Maybe I want to change the color. Maybe give it a hot red. Maybe not, doesn't work with that background. Maybe fool around with this. Okay, it's like a better. So maybe drag this up. Sorry, I don't know what it is that is interrupting. I zoom. Okay, so if I have to drag this up there, then I can drag this to the center. There, and maybe change that and say, you know, find your shade. Okay, so when you have all these, you can choose to highlight, sorry. You can choose to highlight the specific elements. Okay, so I've highlighted all three. If I'm to group them, I click group there such that I can drag it as one because I want it to center. So you see those two lines there, they just help you to know whether your element is properly centered. So like that, I've created a new logo that says lips.ug, find your shade, okay? So I can choose to leave my logo like this, and then I click download. So when I click download, I can download as a PNG, which is the best format, so that you can use that on your website, you can use that on your social media, you can use that, you know, even in your other design elements. Or I can choose to have a JPEG if something insists on JPEG. You can also download it as a high quality PDF for printing. Many designers like PDF, so you can do that as well. And the beauty about it is when you create it with Canva, you have access to it everywhere you have Canva. So if I log out on this computer and log on our computer with Canva, my element is still there. If I have Canva on my phone, I can download it from my phone. So that's the beauty of how it has in Canva, is that you design something and it is in the cloud automatically. You can even choose to have this as a different shade. No, choose to have it different colors or whatnot. We had already done something that I thought was nice the last time, but we deleted it because it was too heavy. Okay, how beautiful colors we had the other side have gone. So this is just an example of, sorry, just undo and then reshare this. Something that is disturbing me on this side. Okay, so this is an example of a logo that we've been able to create from scratch. So we use the template and then we changed it to our own liking. And that's the beauty about Canva, is it gives you the freedom to make some of those edits, okay? So you see that this, we added our own shape. Here we just changed the words. So someone else is obviously going to do a very different word there because their company's different name. So that's the beauty of this. Even if you're using the same template, you might not get the same problems about copyright, okay? Because, you know, different words, different everything, but you all know that because you used it from Canva, you might have a logo that looks very similar to yours, which is why if you have the design sense, you can edit a few things here. If you're as bad as me, you want to stick into the logo as much as possible. Here, I mean into the template as much as possible. Here, I've animated it, I've changed it a lot. But I guess it still looks fairly good, at least in my view. You can also choose to animate your logo. So again, to give you the same animations that we saw. So, you know, it has that where they rise. It has breathe where they feel like they're expanding. It has block where they just slide in one by one, or, you know, there are different others. So there are also some cool premium ones. If you see one that you really, really like, you can just pay for it and use it. Okay. So like I said, the animated logos are good for things like social media. So your Facebook will allow you to animate, but some of the others won't allow you to animate. So that is basically it with Canva. I don't know if anyone has questions. I think I've already answered the one that I saw in the chat. If there's any other question, you can go ahead and ask. So like I said, Canva has multiple elements. You have elements for your stories, for those of you who like doing stories, sorry. Just drag this again, sorry. Okay, just going back to the home page. So there's a lot that you can use from Canva. You can see YouTube intros, YouTube thumbnails, animated social media, YouTube channel art, WhatsApp status, you know, Instagram stories and reels. There's so much that you can design for social media, but there's also so much that you can design. So if I'm to click on templates, it just shows you everything. Here's all your stuff for social media. Here is stuff for your personal, so invitations, you know, cards. I love to do my resumes, design my CVs from here when I'm trying to impress someone that you know. I have also beyond my, that when I'm trying to impress that beyond my work experience, I can also do something design, you know, can do something resume so that you stand out from the crowd. You can do postcards, t-shirts, invoices, letterheads, blah, blah, blah. So if your company didn't have proper branding, you can do everything from here to give you templates to do that. Then your marketing, everything is here, including your proposals, classroom stuff, you know, certificates, bookmarks, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, the rest, menus, photo books, YouTube intros, and blah, blah, blah. So it has lots of stuff that you can create. And like I said, it is free of charge. It's canva.com, C-A-N-V-A. It's also available on a mobile app, so you can do this on mobile if you can stand the small screen. But it has design, it has pro elements that you're going to have to buy if you want to use them. But if you don't mind using the free elements, you can always do that. Okay. Any questions on Canva? I think we need to move on to Google Business. Does anyone have questions on Canva? Okay.
Thank you, John. I have been trying to do a Canva poster, as you have been showing on my side. And okay, me, I use Canva a lot, but it's nice to see there are some features I had not really paid attention to, like the video part. I have, for me, I have a paid account, so like I have more to use, but I had not paid attention to the video parts. I promised to use them more. And just even the elements part, I've never quite used them a lot. I just use, there's something, I think when you have the paid account, there's so many more templates to use. Yeah, so it's quite overwhelming in terms of how much there is to use on Canva. But for the longest time, I also used the unpaid account. And if you know how to use it wisely, and especially because as a business, we are keeping to a certain brand template, we are not all over the place. So it is easy to have, it's easy to have it's easy to have to use the free one all the same.
Yeah.
Because of that, yeah. Otherwise, if unless someone is running an agency, there you have to pay for it. But if you're using just for yourself or a small business, you're able to use the unpaid accounts comfortably. Thank you so much for that. I think we can move on to Google My
no
Business.
Questions?
Yeah, I don't have any other questions. Yeah, just if people are able to be on their computers or laptop, it would be nice to just follow with yourself, like create, especially the Google My Business part. Thank you.
Okay. So I hope that Canva is going to really help you with your businesses, because it's very essential for you to put yourself out there, your business out there as standing out from the crowd, instead of just putting, badly done pictures with were taken from your phone. You can just take the pictures from your phone, then upload them to Canva and put a nice design to it, so that you look professional as well as you're doing your social media. Now, moving on to the next bit, which we talked about, Google My Business or Google Business. So you just type Google Business, business.google.com. But if you go to google.com, if you open your google.com, so Google My Business should show up if you click these nine dots for Google Apps. It should show up in here. If you've never used it before, it might not show up. So you just, okay, there it is. But if you've never used Google My Business before, it might not show up in here. So you might want to click more Workspace Marketplace, more from Marketplace, and it will show you Google My Business. But you can also just say business.google.com, which is the shortest cut. Just remove the www. So say business.google.com. Then it will open it. By default, it will open something like this. But if you've never created a business, it will show another window. But if you have created a business before, you can just say add business, and then say add single business. Just a reminder what Google Business is. Sorry, before I get into this, let me just Google something, and then we see. So I go to google.com. So now open Google and I type in here, I don't know, men's shoes. In Uganda. So if I type in men's shoes in Uganda, it's going to open a Google search, what we call a Google search page. So at the very top, it shows me Google Ads, okay? So you see Google Ads by Jumia, and we're going to see how to create those. But after showing me Google Ads, it then shows me a map. Now this map basically shows me businesses that have shoes, that claim to sell shoes, okay? So then now here, I can very clearly see the businesses, okay? So it has ratings from customers. So customers have rated this business. So 4 customers have rated it, and in total they have 4.0. It tells me it's a shoe store. It's on Wilson Street in Sunset Arcade. It gives me a phone number for the business. It shows me that I can do in-store shopping. So in-store shopping means shopping from inside your shop, but also they do delivery. Then if you do it right, it also shows when you're open and when you're closed. So you can see this shop is open. This one closes at 6 p.m. So before even all that, it also shows me an image. You can see it's a very lousy image because this looks like a hardware, rather like a it doesn't look like a shoe store. This looks more like a wholesale shop. So that's a lousy image. But these ones have a very nice image. Shows me men's shoes exactly, which is what I searched for. This one shows me someone walking and their shop is called Musono, but instead they're showing me Bata, which is a competitor of theirs. So I think that's also another lousy choice. So it's important that the images that you put there help you. So these businesses would have never shown up on the first search page because they probably have, either they have no website or they have a small website. So they'll never compete with the likes of Jumia. So the way for you to cheat, in essence, if I may call it that, to make sure that your business is propped up, is to create a Google business, okay? So I can choose to search here by rating. I can say, show me that a 3.5 and above. So it's going to remove everyone else's business who doesn't have that rating. So now you can see catalog. Uganda has shown up above. Winner Classic now is finally showing up, okay? So, the better your rating, the better for yourself. So all these are, Twambale, Adidas shop at what? Opposite post office. So then it shows me where the shops are on Google Maps, which is also very important for you to sell because someone wants to get to a place that is nearer to where they are. So for you to do this, it's why we're now going to this bit. So when you say business.google.com and then you say add new, it gives you this page. So first thing you're going to put is your business. So here we're going to say lips.ug. If someone has this website, they're really going to be mad. Okay, so lips.ug, then say add your business to Google. So at this point, I'm going to put in my business name, lips.ug. Okay. So business category, this is why I tell people what you sell. Cosmetics. So cosmetics store. Okay. Then you say next. It's important to give your business the right category because if you don't, people will search for it and not find it because they are searching in something else. Remember, Dan was talking about men's shoes. It showed me shops that were put there as shoe stores. So if you're selling shoes and you put, let's say, grocery, when someone is searching for men's shoes, they'll miss your business. So it's important to do it the right way. And it says add a location where customers can visit. You say yes. Next, that adds to you to Google Maps. Then you put in your address. You're in Uganda. Let's say plot 1 Kira Road. Okay. Plot 1 Kira Road, City, Kampala. This is why it's very important to know the plot of your address because Google Maps works with plots. You can say add line, maybe it will give you, that's if you have a second address. Okay. And say next. Then do you provide deliveries or home or office visits? I say yes. So that in the other side, it will say that you deliver. Then select areas where you serve. This is optional. But if you serve only specific points, it's important to show the points while you serve, such that if someone is, let's say if you search in Nakawa, if you deliver only in Nakawa and someone is in Kawempe, you don't want them to see your business because they might see your business order, then at the very end, they see that, oh, sorry, we only serve in Nakawa. And that's going to anger customers. You want to do everything as possible to prevent yourself angering customers. So you want to be very specific in where you work. So if you only serve people in Kampala, maybe you want to type Kampala, okay? So if, let's say, you cannot deliver to Jinja or wherever you want to type Kampala, you can also say Kampala metropolitan area, so that it focuses within beyond Kampala district, okay? And then you say next. So maybe your deliveries can reach someone in Zana or someone in Wakiso, wherever. And then very important, you have to put your phone number. Very, very important. So you put Uganda, then you put your 77, I don't know. Okay. You put your website. If you don't have a website, it's important for you to do that. But you can also say get a free website based on your info. And what that does is Google creates for you a website from the information that you put in here, okay? So if you don't have a website, that's a very nice way for you to create a free website from Google, okay? So if I say see details, it just says get a complete website. With just a click, it's automatically built and updated by Google My Business, okay? And it's absolutely free, which is important. So if your business has no website, you can use a website by Google My Business to set that up for you. It won't be as customized and as beautiful as in a website that you get a web designer to do. But if you don't have the 1.5 or 2 million shillings it gets to build a proper website, then this becomes a nice escape for you to use. After all, it is still your website, even if it has some Google elements to it. Then from there, I'm going to say next. Here it's going to set up a bit for you to verify your business. So what Google does is they send you a physical code. So they are going to send it through post office such that you can actually verify that the location you picked is the right one. Okay. Now, because our post office is pretty behind, we have a very lousy postal system in Uganda. So here they may say 14 days, but expect it longer. Sometimes it takes even up to 3 months to verify. But in the meantime, you can still be using your Google business, you can still be using the free website that they give you. So don't get too worried about that. So then you say next, do you want to manage it using your email? So that's my email. And then you just say next. Next, you want to add times when your business is open. So let's say you're closed on Sundays and Saturdays. So you're going to say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay. So when do you open? Open maybe 8 a.m. And then you can just copy that and paste. I always find that easier than searching for it again. Okay, so here 5 p.m. Let me just copy paste. Okay, so you've added the times when your business is open. This is very important so that customers don't start searching or don't even come to your business physically and find your shop closed. Remember, everything you're doing here is to make the customer experience very easy. Then here, you just want to, do you want it to accept messaging? So people can, when they go to your listing on Google, they can send you a message. You definitely want to say yes. Now what it will do is it will send those messages to your Gmail, okay? So if you're creating it with your personal Gmail, those messages will come to your Gmail as an email. When someone sends you that, then you can just reply and someone will get the response. It's very good in trying to turn people who are just looking at your business into customers. So definitely want to leave that ticked. And then you can add a description. Okay, just using an example. And is a free website customizable? Yes, we're going to look at how that looks. Do I add my personal location as a business location? It depends. If you don't have a location for your business, because when you put a location, means people can come to that place, okay? So if you don't want people to come to your home, then don't add it. You can remove that bit where you don't put a location for your business, okay? But if you have if you allow some of your customers to come to your home, like I know so many ladies who in this time of COVID have said to start up businesses where they're selling clothes or perfumes or cosmetics, and they don't mind ladies coming to their home to try them out, then you can use your home as a home business, okay? So you can put your home location. But remember, this is going to be public. So if you don't want your home location to be public, please don't add it, okay? But ensure that you have a location if your business has a physical location. Then how do I utilize Google My Business when it's a mobile service? It's a mobile service, meaning it's on people's phones. Ruthie, please please redo that question. I don't understand it properly. Or when you don't have a physical location, or then you don't put a location. Simple. Don't add the location, but ensure you put where you deliver. Okay. So if you deliver only in Naria, you can put Naria. If you deliver only in Bugolobi, you can put Bugolobi as the place where you deliver, but not the place for not the location for the business. So if your business is mobile, like so many people who have businesses in the boots of their cars, then maybe you don't want to put a location. Maybe you just leave that bit free. So Sandra, we're going to see how to customize your website later. Okay, so put a description there. Just click next, and so So here you add some photos. Unfortunately, I don't have any photos on this computer that are worth using for this. It just gives you some examples of what your photo should look like. Let me just put a random picture. Just get a random picture and put it there. Okay, I don't have any picture worth putting. Just put, here's a random thing. I don't have any pictures on my laptop. But, just showing you an example of how you can upload an image and put it there. Maybe not, let's leave this out. Doesn't make sense for what we're looking for. So you can just say skip here, but this is only because I don't have pictures. Please add as many pictures of your business as possible, okay? So at this point in time, it automatically starts setting you up into Google Ads, okay? So it takes you directly to Google Ads where you can create an ad like this for your business, but we can look at that differently. But you can see also here, it's already created the business. It's already created the business site. So lipsug.business.site. So if I'm going to lipsug.business.site, enter that. So you can already see that it's already done in search engine optimization saying cosmetics store in Kampala, okay? So this is a basic design that it creates by default, okay? And we're going to see how to redo that. Reason why it has this is because I said cosmetics and didn't add an image, so it put a default bit for an image, but we're going to see how to edit this. Then it automatically does your Google Maps because we put in the plot number for where it is. So it's already done that. Then it gives you address, contact, and even business hours, okay? So these are very nice basics you need for the site. So if I'm to click call now, it will ask me to, so it will ask me, because I'm using Chrome, it can make a call from my phone, okay? So I can just click that and then my phone will start calling, which is a very good feature, because a very good feature for you. Then get directions, don't take me to the map again, then get a quote. It will just, I can then put in my name, my phone number, my email, and then type in how I want to be helped and then submit. Then this submission will come to your email, okay? Because you allowed messaging. So in here, the only thing that's different is contact us. A very nice basic website for someone who doesn't have a site. So already this here puts your business on the map, but also it puts you on Google Business. Now, because I've just put it now, I don't think it might already be showing as an entry. Just check. Usually takes some time to get into the Take some time to get into the entries. Okay, as that loads, let's just go back here. Yes, Primera, I see your hand raised.
I have a question. Like, yeah, it may take some time to pop up, but will it have a distinct URL to it? You know, like the way when I create Blogger again on Google on Google Apps, that will this one have a straight link to it that I can give someone to have a look at my site?
Yes, it does. That's this
How
one
do
that I
I
put
do
in.
that?
Okay, as that loads. So this lipsug.business.site. Okay. So it's something I want to show you in the business panel. Okay. But this is your direct URL. So if even right now you can type it on your site, lipsug.business.site. I guarantee you're going to see this. Okay. You can type that on your site and test as well. I guarantee you're going to see that. So lipsug.business.site. Now, okay, so it's not yet propagated here. This will probably take 24 to 48 hours for it to show here. So unfortunately, it's showing me other companies, so Soft Pink Lips, cosmetics, blah, blah, blah. But you can see the fact that they set up their businesses, they're already showing up here, which is a good thing for them. Okay. And because the site is new, it definitely will not show in here. But if I'm to put lipsug, let me just try and see if that changes things. Okay, still doesn't. Neither in this Google. So it's a new website. It's just a few minutes old, so it's obvious that it won't show up here. Okay, so back to the creating business. If you want to do your ads now, you can do that, but I just want to skip for now. And then say your business is almost ready, continue making updates. So we can click that and then you enter the panel, okay? So it creates for you a dashboard for your business. Creates for you a very nice dashboard for your business. Now your website can have posts. So, you know, whenever you want to create a post, just come and say create post, such that you can start putting, you know, articles and whatnot, or special offers, or by the way, we're going to have a promo, or make it easier to redeem this or whatnot in your articles. So you just click on posts and you add them, and it adds the posts to your business site, but it also adds them to the Google entry. Then if you have reviews, now the review feature comes when you verify your business. So you're going to have verify your business, but once your business is verified, then reviews can start coming in. That means that when people search your business and they find it on Google, they can then say, yeah, you know, I love this business. But if any of you have Google Maps on your phone, you notice that every now and then it notices that you've been somewhere. So it then asks you for a review for that place. It's most common with hotels, because the ones who are very, very strict on ensuring that this Google My Business is set up for them. So then you can give a review to a place, you know, between 1 to 5 stars, and you also put a comment. Now, all that will come in here in reviews, but unfortunately, you can't delete a review, you can't edit a review. So if someone gives you a bad review, the only way that you can have it changed is for you to work with that customer such that they change it on their side. Meaning you have to really give them good customer service, okay? I once had a client who said, our hotel is one of the best in Kampala, but on Google it has 2.8. I think it was 2.8 or 3. And I told him, yeah, it's one of the best in Kampala, but it has bad service according to the customers. And I was telling the GM, and he was very mad at me, but I told him that, look, This is customers telling you bluntly what they think about your service, not what you think about your service. So if customers give you a 2.8 rating, then clearly you have a lot of work when it comes to the customer service side. Many times, big businesses, the GM is very apart from what is actually happening on the ground, unfortunately. So for him, he was very mad with me, but I took him through the different reviews, and he could clearly see there was a specific problem with a few employees. Okay, because it was very clear there which employees were treating people badly and giving bad reviews. So it's important for you to go through your reviews, see what your business is doing wrong or right, and then strengthen what you're doing right, and then try to pull up on where you're doing wrong. So the messages, like we had seen on the website, come here in the bit of messages. So no messages for now, but you also have to it's a feature where you have to also get your business verified to access. If you want to add more photos, there's a bit here for photos. So this is your dashboard where you edit both your entry. So you can add photos, you can add your logo here that you've created from Canva. You can add a cover. You can add a cover photo for both this and your Google business entry. So let me just go back here. If I'm to click this, okay. Let's just see how it looks on Google Business before we get into this website, but how the entry looks on Google Business. So you see these ones that have maps clearly have not uploaded any photos. That's why they only have a map, okay? So you can see they don't have a cover photo, but they have ratings. So they've had 31 reviews and they're doing 4.1. That's pretty great. You can see where they are located, the address, the time they close, the phone number, and then they even add some images. This is someone who clearly has done their homework. So they've added some nice images. It also shows when people are busy, trying to find them, a lot popular times. Then it also shows you some of their products as well as price. So these guys chose not to put price, but if your products have a standard price, I always advise you to ensure you put a price there. Then you can see the reviews, someone showing off a dress they bought from them, I guess, I don't know. Then you can see what other people search for. Now, this is well and good. Let me just do something different from, say, hotels in Entebbe. I think hotels have the really best Google My Business. They take their time to invest and ensure that they do this right. So you can see for hotels, they even put the prices and blah, blah, blah. So if I'm on the map, so if I'm to click Lake Victoria, which is one of the oldest hotels in Uganda, shows me the location, the phone number, the number of reviews they have on Google. They're clearly doing very well. They have a 4.2 star rating. That's for Google reviews, but this shows that they're a 4-star hotel. So directions, then it gives you some nice images, okay? So the more images that you have, the better, because sometimes also customers are allowed to put their images for reviews. So then you can see here some of the reviews, what are the common questions asked. So that basically helps you understand what Google Business does. Now, in editing your Google Business, you can just click website on this bit. Then when you click website is when you can now properly edit your site. This shows that the website is already live, okay? So we've already seen this design. Now, if you don't like the design, you can choose to pick a different theme. Okay, sorry, this is just annoying. So it has lots of different themes. The one we're using, I think, is Midnight. So there's retro, just changes the colors a bit. There's that Tinto. The colors and fonts will change. Twilight. So, find something that suits your character or the character of your business. Sapphire looks nice. Okay. So yeah, that pretty much is it. Then probably what else I can say is you can click here for products or services, and then you add either your products or services. For products, you're going to have to add product pictures, the price and details on the products. For services, you're going to have to add the details of your service. Then most importantly, also users, you can have other users log into your Google business. So maybe you as the business owner, you want someone else to update it. So you can say add users so that you can have somebody log in to update your Google business, maybe add stories, maybe add pictures or what. So you just put in their Gmail. It has to be a Gmail. And then you put in the role. You want someone to be a site manager, so manage your website, or a manager manages your entire business, or the business owner, meaning you transfer the ownership of the site to someone else's email. Okay. So those are the basic things about Google Business. I don't know if there's a question. I saw Lips UG is up and running. Okay, yeah. That's it for you. So, once you've done all this, the next step obviously is to create a Google ad. Okay, it's very important for you to create a Google ad, and that's now where we're going to. So you just click. So here you can say create Google ad. So you click that, and then now takes you to Google Ads. So it's going to customize it directly for your Google business that you've set up, and it's going to take people to your website. Just close this. It's now going to load Google Ads, but also you can go to Google Ads directly. You just type in ads.google.com. The beauty about Google is everything you can do directly. So you go into Google Drive, you type drive.google.com. If you're going to Google Ads, you put ads.google.com. If you're going to Google Business, you say business.google.com. Okay. So let me just create a starter. So it's creating an express ad of sorts. This is why it's taking a bit longer than usual. Okay, it's picking up. Anyone has questions? Again, please put them in your. Please put them in the. Put them in the messaging bit. Yes, Primera, go ahead. As this loads.
For me, I have a question. I got there when I was doing my work, but I was scared of creating an ad. One question that came to my mind was, for me, when I hear ads and Google ads, all I hear is money. Like, do I need to pay for this particular ad for it to run? What is the
Sorry, repeat that.
implication?
I missed that.
Is there any financial implication to me creating this first new campaign or ad? Or is it part of this setup?
Yes, because so the setup is free, but once you create an ad, then you have to pay. Okay, because remember, any sort of ad is a paid for. There's no ad that is free. Okay, whether it's Google ads or it's, what is this? Okay, sorry, whether it's Google ads or it's okay, I have to change this. Google ads or Facebook ads or LinkedIn ads, there are no ads that are free. Okay, so every type of ad needs for you to have a credit card. And I think my credit card is having issues. That's why I'm seeing it in red. So you must have a budget to it. Okay. So anytime you want to do any sort of ad, you must have a budget to it. But the beauty about digital is digital ads are cheap. Okay. And you also get the ads for your budget. So you can have an ad for $5, for $3, even for $2 or $1, okay, depending on what you're looking for. And either Google or Facebook ads will give you that amount, okay? So it depends on your pocket. Some of the bigger, I think the biggest companies that are spending the most on ads in Uganda are either Stanbic or Stanchart. My estimate, they're probably spending about $10,000 a month. Then you have the telecoms, then, you know, all these other guys, the breweries and whatnot, Jumia. Oh yes, they are the likes of Jumia and whatnot. They're also probably spending about 10K. So per month, but that's the bigger side of it. You yourself, your business, it's really up to you. You can choose to say, like I was in a meeting yesterday, but one, and someone said, you know, for my 5 million shillings, where can I advertise? And I told them digital is one of the best spaces advertise, because 5 million shillings is a lot of money for digital. That is $1,500 almost. That's a lot of money for digital. So, you know, advertising is only according to your budget. So if you can put 5 million, even better. If you have 500,000, that also works. Okay, so don't say that I can't compete because I don't have a big budget. Google ads and Facebook ads will always work within with your pocket. Okay. So what do you want to promote? You can promote your website, your business. So you can choose to promote your website, or you can choose to promote your business profile. Okay. So you know, get more requests or calls to your profile, and then, you know, design specific ads for that. You can also choose to switch to expert mode. I think let's look at expert mode. The reason why I want us to look at expert mode is because I don't want us to go back again to show you the different type of ads. Because there are many ads beyond just advertising your business for your Google, for your Google My Business entry. I want us to look at all of them at once. So the thing about Google ads is you can advertise on the Google search. You know, when you type in lipstick in Uganda or lipstick stores, you want your business to show there. But 2, you can actually target specific videos. Okay, just give me a minute. Let me reshare. Sorry. Just redo this share so that I remove the. Okay, so you can actually target YouTube. If you have a video about your business, you can put an ad on YouTube. You know those annoying 5-second clips that you have to watch before you watch the video you want to, you know, as we're waiting, we're getting some very nice music from the admin, and I was hearing Grammarly. So that Grammarly is targeting using Google ads, okay? Then you can target someone with your ads on a website like New Vision. So one, you can go to New Vision directly and put your ads, but that's going to cost you. A cheaper way is to do Google ads onto New Vision so that it works within your budget, because if I go directly to New Vision, I have to pay them a specific amount that's non-negotiable. So it can be 1 or 5 million, depending on where I want to put my ad. But with here, I can say, okay, I don't want my ad to be seen by everyone who goes to New Vision, because New Vision gets 1 million people visiting it every month. That means 1 million people, including men, including teenagers, including people in diaspora, including people who are not in any way related to Uganda. So I want my ads to be seen only by women of a certain age, and women of a certain age only in this location, okay? So that way you can do that even on New Vision's website, but only using this Google ad system, okay? So you can then target that way so that you're spending less and not wasting, 5 million shillings, and then you find majority of people who see your ad are men who are not going to buy your lipstick, okay? So, so you can choose, so your ads are set up using goals. You can choose to have an ad for sales. That means it's going to drive people to your online sales point, or driving people to your app, or driving people to your phone number, or to your online store. So online store can be Jumia, for example, if you have a store on Jumia. So here is when you're targeting people for sales. Then you can target people for leads. Remember the last training, we talked about lead generation. Lead generation is where you're trying to do business to business, okay? Here you're not, you can also do lead generation for business to customer. If you have okay, so if you have, or you're selling, I don't know what service, always in sales. Leads is for services, okay? Then you can have web traffic. This is if you want as many people to see your website. This is very good when you've just launched a website, or you've launched something new on your website, and you're at the stage of awareness. If you remember the last lesson in the PowerPoint presentation, we had awareness, consideration, then we had a stage for conversion, then a stage for customer care, then a stage for a bit where you're turning your customers into influencers, okay? So at this point of web traffic, you're in the part for awareness. It's important for you to always have those different stages, especially if you're doing a proper campaign. I've just started, I recently started working with a campaign, and they went directly into converting without doing awareness, and they were wondering why, for all the money they were spending, people weren't connecting with their campaign. And I told them, you have to go back to awareness, because people have to understand what you're trying to sell, okay? It's why when MTN launches a campaign, they first go, Momo Nyabo. So by the time you ask, what is Momo Nyabo? You've heard it so many times that it is stuck in your head, okay? By the time you ask, what is Momo Nyabo, and they give you the details of Momo Nyabo, you've gone beyond the awareness stage, you're now in consideration, okay? It's important for you to have those stages. If you don't have those stages, if you jump any of those stages, people won't connect with your product or your service. So first, you must always do a web traffic such that you drive people to understand what it is. Or can be web traffic to send them to your website, or brand awareness and reach, okay? So this is where you're just trying to get as many people to see it as possible, okay? Then, so that's web traffic and brand awareness. Then product consideration. Here is where you're taking them now from awareness to the consideration stage. So here you're trying to explain to them what are the benefits of using your product, what are the benefits of using your service, how does it help them in their day-to-day lives. And if you can see there, it tells you that the campaign type is video. It's always important when you're trying to get a customer to buy a product, to show them a video that is properly showing them. Those of you who were here at the beginning of the presentation, when the DJ was playing music, the ads that were playing were for a product called Grammarly. So there they were telling you what Grammarly does for you. You know, it helps you to do proper spelling. It helps you to get the proper words in when you're typing out something. So they're explaining the product and why it's beneficial to you as a user. So these two are in awareness stage. This is consideration stage. Then when you're in the bit of conversion, you can do sales and leads. App promotion is when you have an app that you want people to install on their phones. So it can be pre-registration if your app is not yet released and you want people to register for it, or it can be for people to install your app. Then if you have a physical location and you want to do promotions, you can do this local store visits. That just pushes people to your shop. So for example, if you have a restaurant in Acacia Mall, you want to do location ads anywhere around Kololo, okay? Kololo, maybe around Bukoto, so that when someone sees it, they immediately think, okay, this is the place to go out and eat, or a place to go and meet someone. So that's important for you to do this. Now there are others that I also want to show you that don't have any of these immediate goals, okay? So if I'm to click that, it then gives me some more options. Sorry, let me just see what's in the chat. Can you use Google My Business with an existing website? Yes, you can. If you remember when I clicked to create this website, it asked me, do I have an existing website? Do I have no website, or do I want to create one with Google? So yes, you can create it with an existing website. If you've done one with Wix, I think you're an advanced user. So you definitely want to add that in there instead of creating one with Google, okay? So for those of you who don't know what Wix is, wix.com, it's a website where you can build your website from scratch. And like we've done that website, we've done Google My Business with just clicking here. That's also what you do with Wix. So it's pretty simple if you have the patience. If you don't have the patience, do get a designer. Or if you're like me who has lousy sense of design, you might want to get a designer so that you get, proper color shades and everything. So back to this. So on the other side, if you say if you want different targets, campaign types, so it gives you this, which is Google search, which is like the search that we saw where the Jumia ad was on top of the Google businesses. So this is where you create your Google search ads. Google search ads are by far the cheapest you'll ever find anywhere, okay? So this is a very good search ad. Then you can have display ads. This is now like what I've been talking about, where you're advertising on New Vision and all these other websites, popular websites that have Google AdSense on their site. Then for shopping products, you can do this. It's a shopping ad. So it will go in locations where people are trying to do shopping or when people search for shopping. Then video, this now where you can create your YouTube ads, okay? So this is where you do all your YouTube ads, those pre-roll ads that people find annoying but are very effective. So your first 5 seconds are very important when you're doing a video ad, because beyond that, someone will click to remove your ad. Then in-app ads are done from here. Those of you who've ever played games and you have to, and every now and then there's an ad in the game. Many times those ads are not Ugandan ads. That's because Ugandan guys don't advertise too much on in-app ads. or most often the ads you're going to see in-app are either Airtel or MTN. They only seem to be the only guys advertising on in-app. So those small ads you see at the bottom of your app, if it's a free app, this is where you can create them. Then this is smart ads. You know, if you're advertising on Google Maps, then local ads, if you're advertising Google Maps but in local locations, and then, you know, discovery. So this is where you find those ads in your Gmail. Sometimes you go in some of the Gmail tabs, and the first three entries are ads. They look like emails, but they're actually ads. So this is where you can create that. Okay. Now I'm not going to go into the deep bit for all of them because of time. I'm just going to click on search, and we go with that. Just say continue. And as that loads, let me look at the message in the chat. Okay. Okay. So it just asks you to create a new ad. Just say start new. Oh, sorry, let me go back. So when you click on this, it says select the results you want to get from this campaign. So I click that ad for Google search. You can decide you want people to visit your website, or you want people to call. You want more phone calls than visits to your site, depending on what your ad is for. Or you want people to email or app downloads. So let me say phone calls. Okay, then you're going to put in your phone number, which is annoying because I'd already put in my Google business. Okay. I think I already created this. Okay, so first thing you want to do is obviously give your ad a name. We can say New Lips ad. Then you want it on the Google search network, but you also want it in display network. Means it can also show up on someone's website. Sometimes I'm sure you've gone to a site and you see text ads on the site. That is because they leave this in, or because maybe you don't want to waste your money on like New Vision. Sometimes you don't want to waste your money on New Vision. Sometimes maybe you only want to leave them in social network. Just give me a minute, sorry. Okay, so then you click show more. Here is where you decide when you want your ad to run. So you can choose, let it run from today. And let's say from today, you can choose to select an end date. Let's say on 31st. Okay. So then this you can choose to ignore, but also add schedule. You want to determine sometimes how many when your ad shows. So do you want your ad to show every day on all the days, or do you want to show it on specific days? Do you want to show it in specific times? This is very important, because if you're choosing locations where your ad is showing, let's say you're targeting people at home, you don't want to target ladies at home when they are not there, when they are in office. Okay, because if you target ladies if you target ladies' homes when they are in office, you're going to get their house girls maybe, or their sisters, or maybe not the ones who are working. So maybe you're targeting someone who is working, a corporate lady. So you're going to then use your money with people who are not going to buy your product. So in targeting my ads here, I can say maybe On all days, I can say target from 5:30 when I know that they are awake to, let's say, target to 8 p.m. Okay, maybe 7:30. Then I can click add. Okay, so here, instead of saying all days, I can say Mondays to Fridays. Then on all days target them from, let's say, 5 to midnight. Okay, so 5 to midnight. Let's say this is also weekdays, so Monday to Fridays. And then I can add again, and then say Saturdays. So if you notice, I'm being very specific at the time when I expect these ladies to be home. So here I can just leave it blank, okay? Midnight to midnight. Can say midnight 15, so that I just don't get the wrong thing. And then here I say, yeah. Okay, maybe I leave this at 00. Okay. So there you have it. I've targeted the right times when I expect these ladies to be home. Now then you go to location. You can choose to have Uganda, which is the whole country, but that makes little sense. You might want to put a specific location because you want to target. Remember when we were talking last time about targeting ladies for specific channels, it's very important also to target their areas, because you know very clearly corporate ladies maybe might not be living in Kawempe, but maybe they're most likely to be living in Ntinda. Maybe they might not be living in Kamocha. Okay, Kamocha these days has some up-end bits, but maybe they're most likely to be living maybe in Kololo, for example, or Naguru, for example. So you want to target those very specific areas according to how you think that you may get business. Or maybe even places like Buate, Bugolobi, and whatnot. Okay, so you want to be very specific. Now, the beauty about Google is I can put Buate, and it will give that to me as an example. Okay, Buate maybe is not here, which is strange. Naguru, maybe. It has some specific neighborhoods properly laid out. Advanced search, let's see. Wondering, this is strange. Okay, I can choose to zoom in. Sorry, internet. Okay, it is unresponsive, just wait for it. Okay. I can click on radius and just pick a specific area. So I can put a pin because I don't have a proper location. Ginger. Come on. Internet speed is really being funny today. Okay, so I can put a pin at Mbuya. So when I put a pin, by default to give me 20 miles, but I can choose to reduce that from 20 miles, 20 kilometers. Just reduce that. It's not adding it here. It's taking forever. Okay, since this is delaying and yet we have to look at Google Ads, I think let me leave it for now. But the gist of it is you can choose to put specific pins in specific areas and then reduce this circle so that you get the exact bit that you want. It's just that here my internet is really lousy. It's taking forever. But you can choose also default places like Nakawa. I say target. But you can also choose to exclude. So if I say, I can say Nakawa, but I can say exclude Ugolobi. I don't know if Ugolobi will show up also. Okay, so Bugolobi, so I can say exclude Bugolobi. So what that does is going to target everybody in Nakawa, but exclude people who live in Bugolobi, okay? So it's those small things that you can do to be very specific in why you target. So let's say you're targeting, ladies who live in Nakawa but don't live in Bugolobi, so that's how you can do that. Now next, languages, you probably want to ignore that. Budget is very important for you to put here how much you want to spend within the entire campaign. So I can just say, let's say $100. Then audience segments is something that you can also look at. This is where you should be able to put things like interests, okay? So it's taking forever. Yes, so you want to target people with specific interests. So maybe I want to target, okay. Maybe I want to target fashionistas. So it's going to put fashionistas in Bugolobi, rather in Nakawa. Then maybe you want to target people who like handbags. Maybe you want to target people who, let me just see, people who like perfumes and fragrance, people who like skincare, people who like spas and beauty services, people who like hair products, bath products. So that way I'm going to target all these people, okay? But also, mothers also look for toys, okay? So because mothers look for toys, I'm also going to add toys. So you have to be very specific in what these ladies might like, not just the products that they might be interested in. I can also choose to target, some of the things here are pretty specific, like parents of grade schoolers, parents who have been checking out stuff for kids who are 6 to 12, parents of preschoolers, parents of toddlers, people who look at baby and children's apparel. So there are so many categories that you can look at in there, okay? Now, how does Google know all this? Google knows all this by looking at your searches. The way you search, Google looks at your profiles, your social media profiles, the websites that you go to. It looks at things that you buy if you're buying online. So then it puts all this information and creates a category for you as an individual. So for you who is a marketer, or you who is a business owner trying to market, Google does all that work for you. All you have to just come here and say, I want this, 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 and this. So if someone has ever bought bath products on Jumia, they're going to be in here because I put bath and body products, okay? So that way you can be able to tag. So you can say, narrow the reach of your campaign to selected segments, or you can say, don't narrow your campaign, okay? So here I've decided to narrow it. Then again, you put in your budget. Once you put in your budget, this bid for bidding, why is this thing keeps going up and down? Sorry. The bid for bidding, I always tell people to leave this to maximize conversions, but you can also choose to set a different bid strategy. But always just, it always does for you the automatic that is best, which is maximize conversions. And then from there on, you also want to add, go to the next bit where you're creating the ad. So here is where I put in keywords. Keywords are basically what people are searching for. So you want to put in as many keywords as people might be searching for. Just going to rush through this because of time, sorry. So you can put in as many keywords as you have here, then to create your ad. Now, because of time, I had wanted to look at Facebook as well. I don't know, maybe, so anybody else who wants to see this more detailed in how you create Google ads and get more detailed in this training, because of time we can't get really detailed, I advise you to go and check out, Google has a Google course. I think it's Google Fundamentals for Africa. So just type Google Fundamentals for Africa to show you the course. It is free and online. If you have the patience to do online courses, please do that. It gives you also a certification that you can present worldwide. So, and I think Google's certification adds to professional courses. So if you're doing something like CIM, that gives you credits. If you're doing Digital Marketing Institute, it is also another online certification. It gives you credits. So please, I advise you to go and check out Google Fundamentals for Africa. It's a free course. Then for those of you who want to see Facebook ads detailed, there is also Facebook Blueprint. So you can Google Facebook Blueprint. It's also a free, so the course is free, but if you want to certify, you have to pay money for Blueprint. That will help you understand Google ads and even Google management in general and analytics in detailed. So you can see Google Blueprint. That's also another course that I advise you to do. For Twitter, if you want to do Twitter ads, I advise you to go and check out Twitter Flight School. So you say flightschool.twitter.com. That will also give you a free course that gives you a certificate. And all those should help you then to do some of these advertising and also set up your business properly on those platforms, okay? Because we can't do all that in 3 hours. For us to do that, we need 24 hours. I think maybe what I can do now is just jump directly into Facebook and just show you the basics of Facebook. I won't go in as detailed. And then we can get into Q&A. Just trying to chase time now. So just give me a minute. Let me switch browsers to one that can get Facebook because of VPN. If you have questions, please ask them now as well. As I switch browsers.
I have a question, John. When I'm
ahead.
setting up the settings for the Google My Business ads, the adverts, do I do those settings one time and the next time I'm setting my settings in terms of location for target, do I have to do that for every single advert, or can I set up for one-time settings?
Well, it's always advisable to do them every time, but you can save the settings and just reuse them every now and then. Okay. So the beauty about Google Ads, it lets you. So if you've created a custom audience, like call them custom audiences. So the type of customer, the age of the customer, the demographics of the customer, the interests the customer might want, you can choose to save that as an audience, okay? So that you can target it with the next ad. But every ad sometimes needs you for you to tweak here and there. So you can still download the old customer setting, but then just tweak it here and there for whatever you need. So it's always a good thing for you to set it. And save it, but like I've said, sometimes you just need to also change it, okay, a little. So now I'm just going to go to ads.facebook. Hopefully as it loads, let me just share my screen again. So as that loads, let me just share my screen. Okay, take me Facebook business. Okay, just say Facebook ads. It's taking me back to Facebook business. Okay. Create an ad. So when you go to Facebook ads, again, like Google, it's going to ask you the type of ad that you're going to create, and we're going to look at this. Sorry, because of VPN, it's really even slow. So first, it's going to ask you the type of ad that you want to create. Do you want to boost an Instagram post? Do you want to boost a post on Facebook, boost an event, or create a custom ad? Okay, so just click that. Or first, you have to choose the website you want to use. But I guess I can let it load and then we switch the site, the page. Okay. So at this point, okay, this is not the type I want. Sorry, let me just go back. This is where I had started. Okay, let me go to Ad Center. Oh, I'm in Ad Center. Facebook keeps switching up things, so I'm seeing something that I don't want to look at. Okay, let me just go back to my Facebook proper. And we start from scratch. Sometimes Facebook decides to. Okay, so once you're at your Facebook, when you click this bit here, that one with a small arrow pointing down, let it load. Oh, sorry, not that. So at this point, you have different things that you can create: a post, a story, a room, a page, blah, blah, blah. I want to create an ad. Hope it didn't, okay, it's taking me back where we had gone. Very annoying. Okay, let me just work with this. So I say create new ad. Okay, I can just say go to ads. Actually, let me go to ads manager. Ads manager is much better than this nonsense they're showing me here. So ads/ads manager, that's exactly where I wanted to go. Okay, just wait for it to load. VPN just makes things slower. Okay, as that loads, we can also go through questions in case anyone has questions. Because our time is running out. So it loads ad manager. I want to very quickly just take you through the process of creating ads such that you can understand, okay, you can understand which ads we have to put to do which function. Okay, it's giving me an account that's disabled. This is taking forever. Let me just go back to the other one. Sorry for going back and forth. It's just because of time. I don't want to waste time with this. Take it forever. Okay. So when it creates, it gives you this kind of interface, but first thing you want to do is determine the goal. So determining the goal of your ad is important in then what it gets you. So you can say you want more likes for your page. You can say you want messages to come to your WhatsApp. You want more people to visit your website or people to contact you in Messenger. But they're also separate goals. I'm trying to look at what ad this is. Okay, so I can choose, say, for example, I want more people to visit my page, people to like my page. Okay, so here to just keep creating a preview of how the ad will look. So once I've determined the goal of my ad, I can then come and say, I can then come here and type the text that's going to go in the ad. So, saying here the grand prize worth that is within the grasp for 6 talented contestants this Sunday. Okay. You can see here. I'm wondering why this thing is changing. Okay. So I've put in the text that I want my ad to do, and that is how the ad is going to look like. So that's how the ad is going to look like, okay? So with a like button there. So if I have an image, I can use the image that is here already. But if not, I can always add an image separately. So I can also say use a post. So if I've ever created a post on my website, or rather on my page, I can choose to use the post. So I can just come here and look for a post that's already on my page, okay? Or I can choose an Instagram post that's on my Instagram, okay? But here we're just doing one for demo. Then if you have If you have specific issues that you're putting in your post, like economy, civil and social rights, or elections and political figures, and you don't want your page to be blocked by Facebook, like they blocked the president's page in January, which is why we have to use VPNs, you must always click this special category and go through a registration process for either political campaigns, elections, or civil rights, or whatever it is. The reason why Facebook is very strict about this is because Russians in 2016 decided to meddle the US elections and caused Facebook a lot of problems. You know, Mark Zuckerberg was sweating in front of Congress. So they put this feature. Now, if they find any of that content in your ads and you haven't declared, your page is going to get blocked by default, regardless of who you are, okay? So unfortunately for us, NRM guys in January didn't bother to do that or to register. I think they thought that, you know, being the ruling country, Facebook would follow their rules. They did this and got blocked. And that's why we now have to use VPNs. Because when they got blocked, they said to block Facebook as well. So in here, you can choose to create audiences. So like you can see, these are audiences that I've already created. Okay, these are already custom audiences I've already created, but you can choose to create a new one. So by default, you'll say people living in Uganda, 18 to 65. This is always the default, but you can choose to create new and decide which parameters you want to target. So you can give your audience a new name. I can call it, I don't know what, trial. Okay, so I can say women, for example. Here it is saying 18, I can choose 13, but let's say we're saying 25 to, let's say, 45. Okay, 25 to 45. Then you can choose the location. Yes, targeting whole of Uganda, but I can be very specific. I can just go, just like we did in Google. You can be very specific and put your pin in specific areas. So just go and put one pin because of time. Where? Let's put it in Kololo. On Nakasero. Then once you put it there, you can choose the distance, because here it is covering 10 miles. Let's say 10 miles is too long. I can choose distance is 1 mile instead of 10. Okay, so that you can see it covers Kololo. But maybe you can see it's covering Kololo and also Nakulavye. So maybe I don't want to cover Nakulavye. I can just choose to put another pin and drop another pin here maybe. Okay, again, do it 10. Oh, put it in a different place. Let's remove this. Oh, it was actually the right one, sorry. Okay, so it just cuts out the people there. And then this, you say exclude. Let's see the feature for exclude. Okay, just wondering. It's usually there. It's a red one. Okay, I have to do that in Ads Manager. Okay, and I don't have to go to Ads Manager because of time. So then you can also put the details of the people you want in there. So the things that they're interested in. So I can click that browse and to show me interests. So interests, I want to put shopping and fashion. So beauty products, maybe. So people who like cosmetics, fragrances, hair products, spas, beauty salons. Then maybe I want to go back. Facebook is very detailed in what it can give you. So you can have demographics, people's education, financials, relationship, and whatnot. Then behaviors, digital activities will give you what operating system they're using. Okay, that's for phones, may not be important for this. But there are politics in the US, that is only, sorry. But also, anniversaries, things like, okay, so some of these things won't apply to Uganda. Are they expatriates? It's a very important bit. So if you want to target expatriates, you can choose target them from here. Then, more categories will give you things like interests. Oh, so interest actually is already what I clicked on. So interests, food, drink, sports, blah, blah, blah. Now, once you've done all this, I just go back. So we've already determined where to find them, their gender, their age, where to find them, their interests. And then from there, we can then save that audience. So when you say save that audience, it will then be part of this. So every time you come, you can just click on the audience without creating it again. Hope that answers your question, Primera. So that happens both here and Facebook as well as in LinkedIn. So just want to save that for now. And then once you've picked your audience, it will give you estimates. Then you choose your date. So how many days are you advertising? So let's say we're advertising for 3 days. Okay. So if we're advertising for 2 days, so for example, so anything below 4 days to give you this warning, but you can choose to ignore it. Okay. Then you can choose how much money you want to spend. You can either drag this, so it just gives you that. And then this will automatically change to how many people are going to see your ad and how many people may like your page. Okay. So if I put $100, let's see. Okay, so you can see that. Now, you're probably wondering, this is a small number. That's because it's a very niche crowd I'm looking at. So the more niche the crowd, the less likes you're going to get for your $100. Okay. If you have a very niche crowd that you're looking for, then this number will be smaller. But like we said in the last bit, many times you want to have fewer people who are more likely to buy than having many people and then they don't buy. If I'm selling cosmetics, for example, and I have 80% of my followers being men, then probably that's wasted money trying to get as many men to like your page. So you want to be very specific in how you do this. Oh, and this price is per day. So it shows you here your total budget is saying $100 per day. I can choose say $100 is my budget. So I'll cut this down to 50. Or maybe I put this at 25 and then increase the days to 4. So that is what, so these are daily estimates. Huh? So you just multiply this by 4, that's what your $100 will get you. But these are the number of people who will see your ad. Then when you're done with all this, you can choose where you want to place your ads, Facebook, Messenger. And then when you're done with that, you choose your payment method. This one is using a Google Business, so it has a credit card already attached, but you can here choose and create a new payment bit. And then with that, you just click promote now and your ad is up. Okay, that is about our lesson today. I have used up all my time. I don't know if there are people out there who have questions they want to ask from all the things that we've looked at today.
Anyone with questions? Yeah, thank you so much, John. I've enjoyed the session myself. I have followed, except the Facebook part where I don't have access even with VPN. So I'll wait until when I have access. I've enjoyed the Google My Business, especially. There's a time we're talking about businesses and starting scrappy, like not really spending so much on the business at the very beginning when we're small, and when we can't afford apps, you can't afford mainstream websites. I think we've gotten really good ideas on how to be able to have a business on Google. And Google is already doing some work on search engine optimization, which helps with creating Google My Business. You literally have search engine optimization for free. So thank you so much. For businesses, people who are starting businesses for the very first time, people who want to set up without spending too much, we've learned a lot for 2 sessions with John. And if we want John again, we will find time to be able to have another session with you again. Thank you so much. Is there anyone who might have a question? There's a question from Stella. She's asking, she has a question, just a second. John, I missed canva.com, but we'll be trying to use the rest. Do you have any marketing packages for startups? Is John still there? John? John has sent something on the group, like he had put last time on upskill.com. He says last time he had explained that it's an 8-week session, which is very deeply detailed. Please take note of the link he has given right there, so that you can use it to connect and register on that site, and then you can be able to attend his 8-week sessions, which are very detailed. That's the information he had provided last session. Thank you so much, John. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for everybody who has stayed to the very end. I'll be sure to send a summary, and I'll be sure to send that link again on the WhatsApp group. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Is there no other questions? Okay, Stella, I'm going to try and get you a contact address. All right. Thank you very much.